How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going over some more advanced hitting tips. I'm going to be talking about a variety of things in this video. I'll go ahead and hide the face cam. And I have talked about all of these things in my hitting tips videos previously. I wanted to kind of combine all of them into one video. The main things we're going to be focusing on is tracking pitches, legend timing, PCI placement, slow motion feedback, and an actual hitting approach in the game. So I'm going to quickly go over my settings. I am in custom practice already, but these are the settings that I'm going to be using. I'm going to also go over the sliders and what you can kind of do to help yourself out, but you would not want to use these sliders in a friendly game if that's what you are trying to practice with. I'm going to be using custom practice. I feel that it's a good way to kind of warm up for ranked seasons. It's also a good way to warm up for events, battle royale, really any mode in this game if you're playing online. So with all those things included, I just wanted to quickly go over my settings because we will get asked a couple of those questions. I have everything on the default in terms of sliders, but you can adjust the fastball pitch speed and off-speed pitch speed if you want to in order to work on hitting timing or just tracking pitches in general, PCI placement and feedback. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go into custom practice against these legend teams. I'm going to set it up to repeat this same play. I'm going to be going up against Nolan Ryan. We're going to focus on hitting righty-righty. And then also we're going to be using Gary Sheffield against Vita Blue. But it's important to repeat the play and put it on 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. So that way the opponent or the computer is going to kind of throw you some strikeout pitches or pitches to kind of set you up for a strikeout. You could also put 1 and 2, but this is also going to help when you're just starting out. You want to just track pitches. You want to just follow the ball with the PCI and strike out looking on purpose to get the confidence up on Nolan Ryan. That's going to make it a little bit more difficult to actually hit the ball when you are going to swing. So you're going to do this for a couple minutes, just take a few pitches, get the PCI sensitivity down, and just really focus on picking up the ball out of the pitcher's hand. This is where we're going to focus on reading between fastballs and off-speed pitches. Nolan Ryan has a 12-6 curveball and a changeup, so that's nice to have, as well as a hard fastball when you're doing something like this. So that's why we're facing him. Right here we're using Biggio. He's more of a contact hitter, and as you can see, I'm just tracking the ball with the PCI. Sometimes I'm not going to be quite on it, but I am envisioning myself swinging, so that way when we do take a cut, then we are going to be on the ball, and we can kind of determine that timing in our own mind before we even swing. We're working on a couple things here. We're trying to train our brain to pick up the ball as quick as possible to be able to adjust on legend. So that way when we go into a game of ranked seasons or battle royale where it's on all-star or Hall of Fame, then we will be ready. And this timing window is kind of similar. I think that legend online is even a little bit faster than this custom practice is on legend. So with that being said, this is the closest timing window that we can get to Hall of Fame online from my understanding. So that's why I like to warm up with this. We are going to be getting into some event gameplay. We are going to be focusing on slow motion PCI placement as well. I wanted to quickly show you guys another example of going up against Vita Blue at Ship It. Here we aren't able to see the ball as well, but this is a good way to kind of train our brain to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand even more. So I'm still just tracking the PCI to the baseball, just working on warming up my eyes and my brain to kind of work in sync with my swing timing as well as my PCI placement. So there's a lot of things that go into playing this game. A lot of hand-eye coordination. You kind of just have to warm up a little bit. You can't really just jump into it. Here, we're going to go ahead and get into an online gameplay. We're going to talk about an approach. We'll get into kind of where I'm starting the PCI depending on the pitcher I'm facing. Here we have a left-handed hitter up and a right-handed pitcher. I start the PCI inside and adjust to the middle. I move the PCI every single place I put it in the zone. So I never try to let the PCI go back to the middle by just like letting the stick go completely. I always have a finger on the stick and I'm always moving it to the baseball. As we get into our first slow motion feedback here, I'm sitting a little middle in and I notice that it's a 12-6. I almost double react there, and that's not a good thing to do. It's not good to double react because then you can tend to pop up pitches that are over the middle. Like here, if I double reacted on this swing, I'm already under it, then I probably would pop it up to the infield. But this is more likely of a hanging pitch, and we get lucky that it's right down the middle, square it up. And I just want to take you guys through a little bit of an approach. We won't get through too many swings. I mean, here we're a little bit late. It's still under the good timing window. We're playing on Hall of Fame against Johnny Cueto, so decent pitcher up there, good budget pitcher. And we were able to go deep with Larry Walker, one of the best hitters in the game. I just have a tougher time using him, at least starting out with him. But here Mickey Mantle is sending one deep. That one gets down. That was a slider. Didn't really have the most break on it. But we did swing low and away and still got under it, got some lift on it. And now we'll go ahead and take you through a 3-0 count. A 3-0 count, I'm looking to be aggressive, trying to score this run. He throws a pitch down the middle, and I didn't really move the PCI too much there. If he's throwing it over the middle of the plate, I'm not trying to overcompensate with my PCI. I'm just trying to be very steady with it, very precise. And honestly, I'm looking for a pitch right where he just threw it. A low slider, that center quadrant that's low in the zone is a dangerous pitch to throw, because all you really have to do is just drop the PCI slightly and get under it. Sometimes you will pop those pitches up because they're not all the way down at the bottom of the zone. If you jam your PCI down there, you might pop those up. But here, we're going to get a little bit of a late swing. It still registers as good, but we'll go through a slow motion feedback with this swing simply because it's a higher contact hitter. That's what's going to come into play during this swing. And also, it is a fastball or a sinker coming in at 99 from Fernando Rodney. So he does have the outlier. And we swung a little bit late with Jackie there, but still got good barrel of the bat to the baseball. Here, we're facing Mariano Rivera. After a couple strikeouts in the first inning, 2-0 count, I'm swinging at a fastball low. I wanted to take you through this PCI placement and slow motion swing. I'm sitting inside a little bit low. As soon as he throws it, I realize that the pitch is low in the zone. I'm going to react, drop the PCI. That time I did jam it all the way down, and we go deep with the perfect fly ball. Very next batter, Reggie Jackson. He goes with the cutter inside. Very similar pitch, but a little bit different feedback. We actually swing a little bit earlier. Reggie Jackson has a little bit more of a slower swing, and we are sitting in the same exact spot. I'm trying to get that pitch low and in if he throws it, and that's exactly what he throws, although we kind of swung a little bit more down over the middle of the plate. But there, Reggie gets the hold of it, smacks it out for a home run. Now we have Jackie Robinson up, next batter. I know he's going to go to a fastball inside or a sinker inside. There we swing early enough. It's still a late swing, but we swing early enough to get the barrel of the bat to pull that baseball, and it's still off the handle a little bit. So kind of interesting. Here's another good example how we swing just early enough to get that arrow in front of the perfect timing window, and that's a no-doubter on a sinker, get the barrel of the bat to the baseball. Next game, we are facing Tony Watson. So this is a reliever that's used as a starting pitcher, and right here he throws another slider. So we were late on the first one, went the other way with it. This time we set the PCI right over the middle. We sit on it. So right here, this could easily look like a sinker or a fastball up and in. I would swing a lot earlier if it was, but we have to sit on it, square it up, and pull the baseball with good feedback, and it is a line drive home run. Now in the bottom of the third, he goes with the cutter, swung too early. That was a pretty good PCI placement, but swung with too early feedback. Then he goes with the changeup, square it up with just early. You want to always be a little earlier than good or earlier than perfect if you are trying to pull the baseball, if you're trying to hit an inside pitch, sometimes even on outside pitches, like this one right here. This one's not all the way outside, it's more middle away, but we swing with early feedback, barrel the bat to the ball, maybe even off the end of the bat, but he does pull it, and it was over the middle. So a few factors go into that one. Jackie Robinson goes deep. Here we'll get into a slow motion feedback with Craig Biggio, a pitch I was really looking for a fastball away. If you notice, most of the time I'm sitting inside. This time I'm sitting outside because this opponent was going to fastballs up and away, two-seamers away with Hal Newhouser. So I'm looking for that. I'm going to adjust my approach depending on where the opponent is attacking me. Here we're in the top of the third inning, so I was able to make that adjustment. But we sat on the changeup, and that allows me to be ready for the fastball. He bounces back with the fastball, up and inside, pull it with Jackie Robinson, and as you can see, now I'm sitting inside because I think he's going there. As soon as I see that the fastball's up and in, we do meet the PCI, and we swing the bat early enough to meet the bat with the ball. Same type of thing right here. And it results in a home run and a base hit. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some more of these hitting tips. I'll also link a couple other videos that I've included a few things. Until next time, everyone, peace out.